Hi, my name is Greg. I'm an atheist. I post as GKLR here on YouTube. This is a video reply to Albino Space Monkey in respect to the usage of infinity in trigonometry. And really the question was what my thought would be about using infinity, and he said that they describe it in this context as undefined. And I think Albino Space Monkey, what they're doing is not really talking about the definition of infinity in this context. They're talking about the value of infinity in the equation that's being used. So in this way, what they're saying is, or what they're talking about, is that the value is undefined and admittedly undefined. Trig is definitely going to need to use infinity as existent, just without a defined value in this sense. So there you go. And yeah, thanks for the video, and looking at some of your videos there and having fun doing that. Further to that, I'd say some of my questions with infinity, I mean, I like the infinity question. It's a really good one. If we allow for infinity, then we would talk about, certainly not maybe an eternal infinity, but even the abstract concept of infinity, say the infinite number of whole numbers, for example. And we could easily talk about an infinity that's has to exist as well, then, that would be half the size of that infinity, and that would be the set of all even numbers, the set of all odd numbers, or an infinity that is infinitely large, yet it's a billionth the size of those other infinities, by saying, instead of every even or odd number, we talk about every billionth number, and so on, to an infinite number of infinities. And I like that picture in my mind because it draws for me, it hammers home for me the point that infinity is a mental concept that we use to describe something that we mean. And certainly the concept exists, and we have different definitions for it, different understandings for it. And it's needed in things like trigonometry, and a lot of mathematical understandings and stuff like that. So, it makes sense, it fits, and it works, and that's all it really needs to do. Formally, though, I think that we would have to use inductive logic on the forefront of understanding any infinity, otherwise we couldn't have an infinity. In other words, we have to assume infinity exists to use it. And so it becomes rather circular. But again, this is just my view on it. There's been some other counter views around. But thanks for asking, and cheers.